Hello and welcome back to the Hamza Learning Podcast. I'm your host, Hamza, and today we're diving into a powerful topic that many English learners dream about: fluency. What does it take to become fluent in English, and how can you achieve it? Joining me today is Sara, an English tutor who's helped countless students reach fluency. How's it going, Sara?
Hi, Hamza. I'm doing great, and I'm really excited to talk about fluency today. It's one of the most common goals for language learners, but there are some important steps to take to get there.
Absolutely. Fluency can feel like a big mountain to climb, but with the right strategies, it's achievable. So, let's get started by defining what fluency really means.
Fluency is often misunderstood. Many people think it means speaking without any mistakes or hesitations, but that's not really the case. Fluency means being able to communicate your thoughts smoothly and naturally, even if you make small mistakes. It's about being able to have conversations without constantly stopping to think about what to say next.
Exactly. It's not about perfection, but about confidence in communication. And one thing we should emphasize is that fluency doesn't happen overnight, it's a process.
That's right. Fluency is built over time with consistent practice, and it involves all four language skills: speaking, listening, reading, and writing. They all work together to help you become a fluent speaker.
Right. I always tell learners to make English part of their daily routine, even if it's just 15 minutes a day. And when it comes to speaking, it's important to actually talk out loud, not just in your head.
One of the best things you can do is immerse yourself in English every day. Whether it's listening to podcasts, watching TV shows, or reading books, surrounding yourself with English is key. The more you expose yourself to the language, the more natural it will become. A lot of people think they need to wait until they're ready to speak fluently, but the truth is, you need to start speaking as early as possible. Even if you're just practicing with yourself or using language exchange apps, speaking daily is crucial to building fluency.
What about listening, Sara? How does listening to English help with fluency?
Listening is a huge part of fluency. When you listen to native speakers, you get a sense of how the language flows, how words are connected, and what expressions are commonly used. This helps you develop a natural rhythm when you speak.
That's a great point. Listening to podcasts, TV shows, or even conversations in English can really help you absorb the language. The more you listen, the more familiar the patterns of speech will become.
Yes, and it's also important to listen to different accents and styles of speaking. Fluency isn't just about one accent, it's about understanding and responding to English in a variety of contexts.
A lot of learners face obstacles when trying to become fluent. What are some common challenges and how can they overcome them?
One of the biggest challenges is fear of making mistakes, fear of being judged. But as we've said before, mistakes are part of the process. The more you practice, the less you'll worry about those mistakes.
Yes. I always tell my students, the goal is communication, not perfection. You won't become fluent if you're too afraid to speak.
Another challenge is not having enough time to practice. But you don't need hours every day, just a few minutes of focused practice can make a big difference. Consistency is key.
Let's talk about some practical tips to help speed up the fluency process. What are some things learners can do to accelerate their progress?
One powerful tip is to focus on learning phrases rather than individual words. Native speakers don't speak in isolated words, they use chunks of language, so learning these phrases will help you speak more naturally.
That's a great tip. Another one I love is recording yourself speaking. It might feel awkward at first, but it's a great way to hear your progress and identify areas you need to work on.
Absolutely. You can also try shadowing, where you listen to native speakers and repeat what they say, copying their tone and intonation. It's a fantastic way to improve your speaking fluency.
Finally, let's talk about patience. Fluency doesn't happen overnight, so how can learners stay motivated on their journey?
It's so important to be patient with yourself. Fluency takes time, and everyone's journey is different. Set small, achievable goals and celebrate your progress along the way. Remember, every bit of practice is bringing you closer to fluency.
Exactly. Consistency and persistence are key. And don't forget to enjoy the process. Language learning should be fun. That's all for today's episode. We hope you found these tips useful on your journey to English fluency. Sara, thanks again for joining us and sharing your insights.
Thanks for having me, Hamza. It was a pleasure, and I hope our listeners are feeling motivated to keep pushing toward fluency.
Absolutely. And remember, everyone, fluency is a process. Keep practicing, stay consistent, and you'll get there. Until next time, keep learning and take care.